as a part of growing up. Childhood development, where bonds are created, lifelong friends are made. Such is the case in Mays County, Oklahoma, when on a rainy Monday night, the Girl Scouts ascended for their yearly trip at Camp Scott, congregating for outdoor activities to achieve badges and to sit around campfires telling scary stories and whatnot. But little did they know, they were about to become a scary story, because it was just after 6 a.m. in the morning that one of the counselors were walking to the shower and found 3 of her troops' bodies. Their first night at camp were their last, because they'd been tied up, raped, and bludgeoned to death, then zipped up and sealed in their sleeping bags like a goddamn peanut butter and jelly sandwich, then dragged from the tent and left under a tree to be found. And the only thing the killer left behind were a bloody footprint, a flashlight, and jizz. And the cops were more baffled than a retard playing pin the tail on the donkey, 'cause no one heard or saw a goddamn thing. They were only 2 months earlier, at an on-site training session, that one of the camp counselors had her belongings ransacked and some donuts were stolen. And inside the empty package were a note promising to kill 3 campers. They thought it were only a joke. Rule number 8. Never ignore a death threat in your donuts. It was then that Oklahoma police went on a massive manhunt. But they figured out that problem were right on their own doorstep when they discovered an Indian were living right down the road from the murders. A rapist, Cherokee Indian, named Gene Leroy Hart. He'd escaped from prison in 1973 and were on the lam for raping 2 pregnant women. What are the odds of finding 2? He'd been spotted hanging around the campsite. And I know what you're thinking, but just 'cause he's an Indian don't mean he were guilty. How could you say such a thing? But apparently the jizz tests were inconclusive, or at least what technology at the time could prove about Indian jizz. But we'll never know, 'cause Indian boy dropped dead in prison 2 years later, and the crime has never been solved. But at the end of the day, I guess it don't matter, 'cause lives were lost and hearts were broken, and it was just another tragic tale from the abyss.